You remember yourself, and you've passed through that self in a way. It's not lonely like you cry, but it's lonely like there's a passage of time that's gone. And I'm kind of excited sometimes when I see something that I haven't seen in a really long time because I haven't gone through these negatives. It was Gerhardt's gift, really, to want me to bring all my negatives here. So then after we scan everything, we will then make choices. If we can get through this, it's going to be a great undertaking. There's moments when I look at something and I say, I want to tear that up. That's a terrible exposure, or, why did I take that? But what I am realizing is that most of all my work is involved with the idea of what it is to be human. It's a kind of overview of my work. It has most every subject that I've photographed in it, but it can't be a catalog. I don't think that a photographer can make a catalog resonate because of the nature of photography. I mean, supposedly, like when a painter does it, everything they made is in the catalog resonate, but a photographer can't do that. You'd have books that go down the street. So I would say that it gives a big, strong overview of the way that I look at the world, and the way that I look at images, and the way that I make images. I just can't wait to go to work, because sometimes going back is kind of paralyzing in the sense that you feel like saying, okay, I did that. I want to go forward and do something else. And so I don't really stay a long time with my thoughts of what it was like, what they are like to me now. There's a real thread of how I look at things. And that's always kind of amazing. It's as if you're outside yourself looking at yourself. It's a process that's revelatory, I guess, in a way. You do feel the acknowledgement of time and of yourself, and you realize how you've changed, or are you the same person? Did you grow? How did you grow? Did your photography seem different since the beginning, or where you just became more technical or more proficient? So there were a lot of thoughts that go through your head. I mean, you're not just looking like this with your fingers through lots of contact sheets here. You've got this whole world inside your head of what happened then. You remember the exact time and place, and when I use models, I remember the interaction with them, and if there were disagreements, or if they wouldn't do what I wanted them to do, or if they did too much what I wanted them to do. So it's a very complex thing. It was like a little drama with myself going back over these contact sheets. Well, as I know that when it's all put together, and I see it as this object, there'll be 3 volumes in one of his slipcases. I know that I'm going to spend a lot of time looking at it and thinking about it, because I've always had a feeling that I wanted to do more narrative stories in some way. And I tried. In the book, you'll see several. And I always thought, they don't work. I never showed them in any place. A lot of the work has never been shown. And I thought, maybe photography doesn't lend itself to narrative, but I think it can in an open narrative. I think it can, that you can bring other stories. You look at it, it's not necessarily that it's my story that you're going to take away from this, but you're going to take away some story. And that excites me. So that's what I mean. Like, I think that there's a real thread that goes through the work that's consistent, which I was surprised at. I mean, I don't know if I think it was good or bad, because, I thought maybe there'd be more change, but you can tell it's me. You can tell that it's my soul.